Before we can start working with formulas in Microsoft Excel, let's first understand how to use cell references in Microsoft Excel. Okay, so cell reference is the way you refer to a value or a location within your Excel worksheet. So let me just zoom into this worksheet. So there's two ways that you can do that. If you see on the right hand side bottom, you can zoom out or zoom in to the contents. The other way that you can do is you can hold the control key on your keyboard and use the middle scroller on your mouse to zoom out or zoom in. Okay, now imagine this: if somebody sends you this document, now obviously this is a sample document and quite a simple one, but just imagine if there is a large document with many values, and they ask you to look into a certain value. Then you would like to know, okay, which value and where does it start, or where is it placed. So for example, I want to see the food values January. Then obviously it starts with B7, that is column B, and row 7, and you can see this reference over here on the top left hand corner in the name box, B7. Similarly, you can see C3, C6, or D4 or D7, likewise, right? So these are standalone cell references that you can refer to, but you can also have a range of cell references. So for example, if I have to select all the February values, I select from C4 to C8. That's the whole range of February values. So all I'm doing is left clicking on my mouse and clicking on C4 and then dragging it to C8, so C4 to C8. Now on the left hand column in the name box, you will see that it still shows C4. That shows the active cell right now on the spreadsheet. Now if I have to select the entire table, then that ranges from A4 to D8, right? And still it shows A4 over here because that is the active cell in the current selection. Now if you notice, this selection is contiguous in nature. That means all the cells touch each other. But you can also make a non-contiguous selection, that is cells which do not touch each other. Now that kind of selection may be very useful especially when you're doing formulas or when you're doing pivot tables. So those kind of selection may also be. So for example, I say that, okay, let me just select the headers and the rent row. Now I want to select the food values. Now the food values are 3 rows down and it's non-contiguous. So in that case, what I can do is I can press the control button on my keyboard and then select the row which has the food values. So now I have made a non-contiguous selection where the cells are not touching each other. Again, this becomes important when you're doing formulas and pivot tables and some advanced calculations. So essentially you're selecting only those rows or cells or columns from which you require the data, right? So in the next section, we will discuss how to enter basic formulas, and over there you will see how we refer to the cells, right, for our values. So in the meantime, what I would like you to do is just take a moment and just go through and have a look what are cell references, which value is present in what cell, and how you can reference and select those cells, right? So stay tuned.